Hi, welcome. We're going to be honoring Lunar New Year at today's chapel while we figure that out. I'm joined by Xiao and Nick, who are going to be sharing some things, and then we will partake in some snacks. We'll talk about the importance of what all of this means, but thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you all for joining us here. We just want to do a little bit, maybe to recognize those of us who, have, heritages that celebrate Lunar New Year. I'll start off with just a little bit of explanation of what I know, as well as what Song-il has helped me with. Just some information about things in Korea. Traditionally, it's called solal. Song-il told me how, traditionally, people like to eat tteokguk, which is rice cake soup, rice cakes in a sort of meat broth, and it's supposed to be this very kind of communal activity, usually seen as like this collective communal birthday. And so I guess colloquially, people aren't considered to be a year older until they've eaten that soup together. Another tradition, this is what I learned from my students while I was teaching over there, is sebe, which is this traditional bow that all my students would joke about, saying, I'd ask them, what are you doing for solal? And they'd go, we're going to go and we're going to do the traditional bow to the grandparents. And then the grandparents will give them sebeton, which is money. So they usually the exchange of like these red cards and getting some money as well. Yes, and Seb is showing one of those for us. All right. And so I'm going to start us off with just a reading of a poem by a Korean poet, Yoon Dong-ju, who was a Korean poet, we'd say, of resistance during the imperial Japanese occupation during the 20s, 30s, up to the 40s. And this one is referred to as called A Night of Counting the Stars. The sky is full to the brim with autumn as the season makes its way across it. It is as if I had no worries at all, so I could count all the stars nestled in autumn. Yet I cannot quite finish counting all those stars that are settling in my heart one by one, because mornings have a way of coming swiftly, because tomorrow's night is still to come, and because the fire of my youth hasn't burned out yet. I see memories in one star, and love in another, and loneliness, my longings, and poetry in each, and mother in another, mother. Mother, I am trying to call out a beautiful word for each star, names of the kids I shared desk with in grade school, such foreign girls' names as Pei, Kyung, Ok, and the girls who have become mothers already, my poor neighbors, the doves, puppies, rabbits, mules, roe deer, Francis Jam, and Rainer Maria Rilke, I call such names of poets. They are all so far away from me, just as the stars are ever distant. And mother, you are in North Gando, which is so far away. Longing for something I couldn't name, I wrote my own name on this hill, which is bright with all the starlight landing. But then I covered it up again with dirt. True, some insects chirp through the night because they lament their shameful names, yet when spring comes around to my star after winter, even on this hill where my name is buried, shrubs will grow as thick as if boasting, like the green grass that sprouts on a grave.
Yeah, Xiao, do you want to? Yes. Yeah, you go.
Okay, so can you hear me? Hello. Oh. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about what I do back home when it's Chinese New Year. I usually go to my grandparents' house, and I haven't been home for almost 5 years. But usually, my parents and we would travel to my grandparents' place, which isn't that far. It's 30-minute drive, and we would eat this really big meals together. My grandparents usually say like, "Oh, we're not gonna cook that much," but they end up cooking like a whole table of food. And usually there is egg dumplings, and noodles. Noodle is a must because when you eat noodles, you're gaining like more ages and living a long life. And there's like pork, there's definitely meat, because Chinese people have to eat meat. And afterwards, we usually like watch TVs together and wait till like midnight. There's going to be fireworks in the yard. We go out for fireworks. And in the morning, we have a different kind of fireworks. At nighttime, it's those fireworks that it's like it explodes to the sky. But in the morning, when you wake up, you have those really loud fireworks to tell like it's supposed to scare the monster away that comes in New Year. And the New Year monster is Nian, and Nian means year, and that is New Year. So you scare the monster away by blowing the fireworks out really loud. But it is a time for family to get together. So at this time, I'm thinking about my family, but also thinking about those of us who cannot go home at this time. And like when your family is really far, how can we as a community get together and be there for each other? And I have something that talks a little bit about the significance of the Year of the Snake. So in the Chinese astrology, the snake represents wisdom, intuition, and transformation. But beyond its association with grace and intelligence, the snake is also deeply tied to the feminine, the yin energy, the quiet and receptive force of the universe. In ancient tradition, the snake was revered as the symbol of the feminine power. For the yin energy, it symbolizes the earth circle and the inner wisdom that arises from the stillness and observation. However, as history revolved, the dragon representing the more assertive, the yang energy, began to take prominence with the rise of patriarchy. The Year of the Snake offers us an opportunity to reconnect with the more introspective aspect of ourselves and with what has been overshadowed in the patriarchal society. It invites us to turn into our inner wisdom as we transition from the dragon year to the snake year. Embrace both our yin and yang energies and find balance between action and reflection. And for this year, let's draw strength from the snake and how it reminding us that true wisdom often lies in stillness, intuition, and self-awareness. It's a year to shed old patterns, embrace transformation, and find harmony within ourselves. And I wish everyone a very happy Lunar New Year. Back there, there's candles that you can light and make a wish, whatever you want, and just light it there, and that's how we usually do it back home.
Thank you both. I can't do fireworks in here, so in lieu of that, there's videos of lion dancing because I also can't really bring that in here. Lion dance is a traditional Chinese dance. It symbolizes good fortune and prosperity, performed to ward off evil spirits, and it brings good luck. So please help yourselves to snacks, and then we can be in community while we watch this.